You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm gonna say that.
So what's happening, fam? L.A.R movement is still moving. Subscriber died trying. You see the thumbnail. And got to talk about this. Like, we can't ignore when black women are toxic. So social media is an interesting place where ladies like to talk about how men aren't good people, while constantly leaving out the women, the black women in particular, who aren't good people, and also enabling and excusing the behavior when it's constant. You know, from the Pacific to the Atlantic, you know, from every age group, from every class, and having the nerve to look for something positive when you're conducting yourself in a negative manner. It's like, look, we can't keep ignoring this. We can't keep ignoring the constant argumentative behavior. Can't ignore that. Sorry. We can't ignore the selfishness. You know what I'm saying? You can't ignore that. We can't ignore the manipulation. Can't ignore that. We can't ignore the rude behavior. We just can't keep ignoring that. You know, we can't ignore the bad parenting. Just can't ignore that. And the problem, we can't ignore the idea that you can be those things and still be a good person. You know, that's where a lot of this stuff comes from. You can be as horrible of a human being as you want to be, but at the end of the day, you can still say, I got a good heart and I'm a good person. But your actions say otherwise. So a lot of this stuff has to do with just basic decency and humanity. And at the end of the day, excusing the behavior is the problem. Yeah, this person lies. Yeah, I know that they're a liar. They know they're a liar, but they're a good person. Because what? Oh, they dealt with trauma. It's funny how people like to bring up trauma nowadays when it's only trauma when somebody does something to you, but it's not trauma when you do something to somebody else. So you can't ignore that people aren't good people. You know, I got traumatized when somebody broke in my house and stole my stuff, but, you know, I was just doing the best I could when I broke into somebody else's house and stole their stuff. This is the mentality that we're talking about. You know, so a lot of this stuff comes at a weird point because we can't ignore that black women are toxic. You know, now you see young ladies setting up guys and getting them killed and killing them. And this has been going on for a very, 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 very long time. And, oh, well, you know, maybe it's just something that they're going through. No, maybe they're just an evil individual. Using the police as a weapon. Been going on for a very long time. Maybe, you know, they're just trying to protect their child. No, maybe they're trying to protect their economic interests. We all know that to be true, but that person isn't toxic, right? The bad attitude thing, you know, I know them and they're a really good person. Well, maybe they're not a really good person because it seems like they keep getting into it with other people that don't know them. How can you rub somebody the wrong way and get in an argument with somebody who doesn't know you on a regular basis? How can you disrespect a complete stranger on a regular basis? How can you have a bad attitude with a person that never crossed your path on a regular basis? And how could that be the norm stereotype for you? See what I'm saying? But we're going to ignore that, you know, maybe they're just toxic, right? How can you celebrate somebody's death? That's not, you know, oh, it's because I got my feelings hurt. You hurt people's feelings all the time. All the time. And the majority of that time is unjustified. Maybe you're just a bad person. What about, all the ladies out here who can't hold their word is no good. When they say something, it's going to be a hustle and a scam coming behind it. That's okay. Because, hey, it's just who I am. And, I got to just do what I got to do. Okay. So basically, you can be the worst you and give everybody the speech that you're working on being the best version of you. But what's the best version of you? The best version of you a good person or a bad person? Is your best version of being a good person or your best version of being a bad person? Because your communication is so horrible, it could be either or. They could be interchangeable depending on the day, depending on the mood. So nobody actually knows where you stand. You never drew a line in the sand with anything. So, and that in itself, never actually picking a side and being a particular thing and want to be everything and anything at any given moment and want to be completely, everything modern, but want everybody else to be completely everything traditional so they can fix your experimental mess ups. It's toxic. So why do we have to ignore this? This is basically it went from being a made up caricature that was faceless, like in the Tom and Jerry cartoons, to a television character that people's like, that's just over exaggeration, to a movie and television character is like, yeah, I've seen that a lot, to a reality show character, now you're putting real faces on it who are not characters, to this is who you meet every day. But everybody is, the guy is the men are toxic. No, maybe it's just you. You remember that BLM mission statement? Just saying. But tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch you on the next one. Peace.